sick and tired of this shit. You goddamn, you knock this fucking guy out. You understand? You knock this guy out. This guy ain't nothing. You understand?
Mr. Dominick Guinn, bro, what's up with you?
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Man,
Appreciate you for having me.
Great, man. I appreciate you for even accepting this, man. Man, I just want you to give me a quick, good idea. You don't even got to be quick. How did you get into boxing?
Started at 9 years old. Originally, the true story was I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and I used to get in this wrestling ring that I thought was a wrestling ring. I used to get in there and wrestle, and I thought I was Jake the Snake. I used to put kids in the figure four, make you tap out.
So your boxing origins began with Jake the Snake?
Yes, with Jake the Snake. Because I'm sitting there really thinking that was a wrestling ring. One day the boxing coach, my coach, my old coach, Willie McCoy, God rest his soul.
What city and state is this in?
Hot Springs, Arkansas.
So that's where you from, Hot Springs, Arkansas?
Born here. My mom and dad moved us to Arkansas when I was 5. I grew up in Arkansas, so that's why I claim Arkansas.
So growing up in Arkansas, in the what you thought was the wrestling gym.
Yes.
So what was it? You just wandered in there? Or?
No, I was just going to the boys and girls.
Okay, they just had the gym in there. Okay,
yeah, like it was like a rec center.
So what got you even interested in throwing the gloves on after you realized they wasn't wrestling?
Well, this particular day that I was in the wrestling ring, I was wrestling, and the boxing coach showed up, and he was like, "Hey, you guys got to get out. Boxing here starts." I'm like, "Boxing?" So I thought this was a wrestling ring. He said, "No, this is a boxing ring." So he put me, I'm like, I want to box. So I got in there, he put me in there with this little white kid named Ty Wizenot.
Okay.
Ty beat the shit out of me at 9 years old. Because I thought I was bad. At the Boys and Girls Club, I used to get kicked out every day. Mr. Kazar, he's passed away now.
Yeah.
Remind you, I was 9, 10 years old. So
sure.
I'm fighting in there every day. Like everybody else.
Everybody else, yeah.
So, if you was fighting, you had to go home for the day. So every day he sent me out of there. And this one particular day, like I said, when the boxing coach came, I said, "Man, I want to box." Put me in there and to put the gloves on, and Ty Wizenot beat the stuffing out of me. And I think I cussed the coach out, threw the gloves off. I don't want to do this. I quit and I left. A couple of days went by. I ran into a friend, Trent Bowie. He was on the boxing team. I didn't know it was a boxing team. Trent was like, "Man, we go out of town. We go to Little Rock, Arkansas every weekend. We go over there and we fight over there." And I was like, "Man, you know what? I want to do that. I just want to be able to go." And Little Rock is really like 45 minutes from here to the north side.
Okay.
So like 45 minutes from Hot Springs. So I said, "Man, you know what? That's what I want to do." And I've been on the boxing team ever since.
So what made you go and take it serious? Now I see how you got into it, but when did you say, "You know what? I'm gonna be an amateur"? Or when does that occur?
My coach, I'm gonna be honest with you. My coach, he always instilled like good work ethics and stuff in myself, LaRon, Chicken. There was a whole lot of other guys that I think that were better than me. He instilled like working hard, keeping your hands up, never giving up. He instilled that in me. So I think when I went to the Junior Olympics at 14 years old, that kind of steered me to where I want to be something. And that's
so what kind of experience is that for somebody to be young, I guess, fairly new to the sport and go and compete in the Junior Olympics? Was that something like a big deal to you, or it's just something that you just knew?
No, it was a big deal because I actually, my first year I went at 14, I think I ended up losing in the semifinals. And then I went back at 15 and I lost in the finals. But it kind of laid groundwork down with a lot of people that saw me coming from Arkansas. They started watching me, and the rest was history.
At this point, is there somebody that you look up to in the boxing world, or no?
Yeah.
Like what were your influences in boxing?
Vernon Forrest. He's passed away. Vernon Forrest I was at the Olympic Training Center in Marquette, Michigan. Where they call it Northern Michigan University. That's where a lot of the elite athletes would go up there and train there if they want to pursue going to college. I also went there as I got older. I was one in a dorm that we wasn't supposed to be at 14 years old, and I ran into Vernon Forrest.
Wow.
And yes, and I went to talking to him, told him where I was from, and he was from the South, and he started, like I say, we started talking. And like I said, I was writing him and stuff, and the rest was history.
Man,
he ended up being a big brother to me.
That's cold. So somebody you looked up to,
Yes.
you ended up crossing paths with him.
Yes.
And it went from there.
And it went from there. You know how each month they used to send out the boxing magazine, USA Boxing magazine.
Right.
And I used to see Vernon Forrest, and then Vernon Forrest, Shane Mosley up under him, and some of the other guys, Larry Donald, just guys I looked up to as an amateur. Because like as when I was first, being amateur, I was watching like Muhammad Ali, like Mike Tyson, and a few other guys, Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah.
That's a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's like somebody being a fan or whatever of this particular person, and then they turn out to be somebody that ends up being hands-on mentor. That don't happen. Yes. So I guess what I'm asking you now is, so you got the Junior Olympic thing. What makes you up to the next level?
Well, funny how this man upstairs works.
Yeah.
I end up getting ready to graduate high school. I got shot. The night before we graduated high school, I got shot in the arm and the leg with some crap game with some Bloods and Crips.
Damn.
Make a long story short, I told my mom, and probably wasn't the best idea, but I told my mom, I said, from now on, I'm going to be the one behind the gun. I just happened to be the one in front of it this time. And
I ain't never heard that you been shot.
Yes.
Wow.
But yeah, arm and a leg.
Damn. So in your amateur quest, did you accomplish things that you set out to do as an amateur?
No, I didn't. I won the National Golden Gloves 2 times in a row. I won the U.S. Championships. I won like everything I was supposed to do in amateur. But my goal, my goal was I want to win an Olympic gold medal.
You want to be an Olympic? Gotcha.
I want to win an Olympic gold medal.
So what was the roadblock?
Calvin Brock was actually a roadblock. That's who I lost to in the Olympic trials. They say it was a split decision. I think I beat Calvin Brock. I haven't seen Calvin Brock in years, but I don't like him because I was supposed to went to the Olympics. But it's not here or there.
That's dope. The way memory serves you when things like that occur.
Yes.
So we got this accurate, dead-on memory of a painful situation.
I beat him 3 times.
I beat that boy.
I beat him. Let me do the Adrian Broner. So, he didn't touch me.
So then you go to the professional world. What was the move to becoming a pro boxer?
Well, coming out the Olympic trials and stuff, I had Shelly Finkel as a good friend of mine that kind of looked out for me.
Kind of guided some things?
Guided me and told me which way to go and put Mark Breland and Ronnie Shields in my life as my 2 coaches.
Gotcha.
Coming out the Olympics. And it worked good because just to have that from them 2 guys to be able to just when Ronnie's doing hand pads with me, Mark is looking, seeing what I'm doing, and then when I'm doing hand pads with Mark, Ronnie's looking. So I think my career was guided great.
So in your career, I know you've done quite a bit. What you had, like 50 fights.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to give me your favorite memory and then your worst memory.
My favorite memory, the Michael Grant fight.
That's my favorite fight of yours.
The Michael Grant fight, because it was one of the fights. I feel like, but I'm gonna take this back. I'm gonna apologize to Teddy Atlas. I always thought Teddy Atlas didn't like me, which no, I knew what it was. Teddy Atlas was right. I was.
He was right in what regard?
As far as he was saying, I was kind of underachiever. Like I was satisfied with doing just enough. Which, and I think he was kind of right. But I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say because I kind of lost the lost the fire when I suffered my first loss. I kind of lost the fire.
So you saying
And-
Teddy was more correct than you would have liked him to be?
Yes. Yeah.
In the heat of that moment, you probably was like, I
Yeah.
don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. I was just thinking that, because he went on the night before I fought Michael Grant, Teddy Atlas went on ESPN and guaranteed Michael Grant was gonna knock me out. That was my first time under the lights, and I'm not gonna know what's happening because the stage was too big. He just didn't know.
He didn't know your heart.
Yeah.
And that, I mean,
And where I was coming from. Yeah.
Man, okay, I ain't gonna lie. That for me, that would be my favorite memory right there. Teddy Atlas of all people, denying my entry.
Yeah.
And then I still kicked the door in.
I'm talking about kicked it in.
So what's the worst one?
The losses I had, all the losses I had, because I'm gonna be honest with you, every fight I never went into a fight to where I went in, just to make the money.
Gotcha.
I felt like every fight I took because I felt like I could beat that person.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not just gonna pick one fight. I'm gonna pick all of them because
they're equal.
Because I say it all the time. I mentally I wasn't there. Physically I was, because I've never went in the ring and wasn't in decent shape to fight.
Gotcha.
I just think that I wasn't there.
So I know I brought this up to you the other day. I look at you as an anomaly. I've never talked to somebody who ain't never touched the canvas, and in the division that you were in, that's almost not as close. That's as close to impossible as you could get to. And when you fighting the giants that you fought, technically, not even technically, you're in every fight. So how does a person have that much resilience in a fight?
I'm gonna say I give a lot of credit to my coach, Willie McCoy. Now, the first coach I first started boxing with, it wasn't all about offense. It was both. We learned every day, and I try to do the same thing here at Charlo Boxing Gym. Teach these kids, at the end of the day, keep your hands up. Let's start off number one with the jab. Let's start off if I can hit you all day with this jab, I'm gonna make you beg for this right hand. So that's what I try to instill in these kids each day.
So I guess that's a good segue. So currently today, where you are in the boxing world, can you give me shed some light on that?
Well, I used to be at Ronnie Shields Boxing Gym, helping Ronnie Shields train his up and coming fighters. We parted ways, and now I'm here at Charlo Boxing Gym. I don't have any pros, but I'm working with the kids. And I'm trying to start from the bottom, or from the ground,
build some guys up.
Build some guys up. But I am for hire, and I'm hoping that somebody believe in me and call me and ask me to come into one of their camps. I'm waiting. Hopefully, somebody.
I think somebody is gonna call you simply because here you are. But
I'm just waiting on the call.
But I think you got the amount of experience, the journey, the wisdom, and you've actually been in the ring to where it's a no-brainer. I told you this the other day, guys like Jared Anderson, Richard Torres, these 6'1" and a half, 6'2" heavyweights, you're supposed to give a school for that.
Hey, I'm here. If y'all call me, I'll come to you. Okay?
What you see at the landscape of the sport.
Oh, yes.
Are you cool with it?
Yes.
Or is there some things that can change, or some things that you can probably point out, or whatever?
I'm gonna say this. I feel like I can help in some ways, but at the same time, the fights. I say this year to me alone, some of the best fights, biggest fights that we've been wanting to see.
Yeah.
So I think boxing is changing, because, like I say, a lot of people are starting to, put the metal to the ground.
Yeah.
And that's to make these fights happen. So, besides that, I think, just me doing what I'm doing, these other coaches hold them accountable. I don't want to, say a coach's name, because, like I say, everybody has an opinion.
Gotcha.
So,
Dominic, how can people get in touch with you if they're interested in your services?
Team Guinn Boxing. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Just Dominick Guinn. Facebook, Instagram, Team Guinn. Or you can come right over here and find me at Charlo Boxing Gym.
For sure.
I have a passport. I will travel.
I'll come out there.
Yeah.
I'll pull up on you.
I will pull up.
Hey, bro, appreciate you so
I
much.
appreciate you for having me.
And we're going to make sure we get that word out.
Thank you.